Hello, my name is Joseph Hacking of Lawful Pennsylvania. This is entitled Donald Trump, command the Nazi like ICE agents to go get them. I king, he's the king. The Constitution of the United States of America once we the people, now proclaims we the government. Of course, this is a different constitution. Donald Trump's constitution proclaims we the government. I, King Donald J. Trump, solemnly swear, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of living to myself and my posterity, my children. He ordained and established this Constitution of the Donald J. Trump Nation. I give this proclamation and declaration that I am the King of this blessed hemisphere. In the light of what is going on in immigration to the United States, I give this plea to all. The title of this video could be called President Donald Trump, the terrible king like president. I'll just go and read. These are combined chapters of the book that I'm writing. I hope to at least publish 2 of them. These books come from a Christian perspective. Both the Old Testament and the New Testaments of the Bible are emphasized. The Bible is the very word of God. I speak of the Mexicans that are from Central America, and also speak people who are from South America that are traveling to the United States refuge, and now including them also. You will hear the Mexicans in my writing and in my speaking. But as I go along, I think of the South Americans also. But what about those people who have been separated from their children? In Mississippi, I would call the king Donald Trump and his Nazi-like ICE agents who stricken families apart. And what about down El Paso? The teenagers are the fastest growing in the United States population. If you want to be heard because you want to a change in the political atmosphere, go out and vote. That is, if you are a documented United States citizen. Now, it is your great opportunity to be heard. Go out and vote at the ballot box. We are to stop protesting. We are to stop getting into politicians' cases. And we are to stop rioting. Peaceable and only real way for change is through voting at the ballot box. If you do not vote, you have no right to complain about your situation and the political situation where you now find ourselves. I want to say this, it is in my writings. The Lord does not call them illegal aliens. They're not illegal that are here in the United States. Donald Trump, the Bible just calls them aliens. The Lord does not call them illegal in the Old Testament. Jesus did not call them illegal. Jesus and God tells about that. He allows people to escape oppression, and that goes for all men. If they are being mistreated and oppressed, they can seek freedom. The Lord is compassionate on the lost, the poor, destitute, and the oppressed. The Declaration of Independence of the United States of America proclaims that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They should have put that all men are equal after they were equal. But they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This country was formed out of necessity to secure these three things: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. People have no longer the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These three have been taken away from them by an oppressive government called Great Britain, led by the King himself, King George III. This led to a rebellion by the colonies against the government of Great Britain, King George III. The colonies sought to break away from this oppression. They had to go to war to spur their freedoms. In answer to my war, revolutionary war they did. Go back to its history and come to its knowledge and understanding of it. What has been written down is so we can learn what hope is and never be ours again. It has been said that hope springs eternal. People always hope for the best, even when facing adversity. This saying is from I.C.E by Alexander Pope. In God's Word, the Bible, there is no such thing as an illegal alien. They are only referred to by God as an alien, not an illegal. God Himself gives people the right to escape oppression. It is their right from God to pursue life, liberty, and happiness somewhere else if they do not get it from where they reside in God. Declaration of Independence, the want, the will, and hopes of the people. In Congress, July 4th, 1776, the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. Congress. Now they become states, 13 states. Soon might be 14 states. When in the course of human events, this is the Declaration of Independence, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, it is soon among the powers of earth, a separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God intelligent. At this end, the decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should get their cause of which God into consideration. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal, but they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the government. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, like now, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them they shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evil sufferable than to right themselves by forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, with princes are designed to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw up self-government and to provide new guards for their future safety. Keep on making being this leader, the king. God, God, making him a God. And so his husband, all his others. Share this message with all you know, the churches, communities, schools, city, local, state, and federal government. And anywhere you know, hear this message. Do not hold this back from anyone. This message goes out to the entire nation of the United States of America. What is happening to the United States? This nation is in a very desperate situation. They have rejected the very God they so proudly proclaim. The very Constitution of the United States is marked with scorn. This Constitution is coming to a point where it will be no more. All of what we call freedom will be no more. In God we trust. He believed he said again. The United States Constitution reads, again, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, we ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. This was the old Constitution. Now Donald Trump's got his Constitution. The United States Constitution, as well as all other documents, including constitutions all over the world, are man-made. They are all subject to one man and nation's disclosure. And the Bible, Jesus says this, truly I tell you, that heaven and earth pass away, and small center, and the least stroke of a pen, will by any means pass away to the Lord. We've spoken about God's word, which is the word of God. This word, this Constitution, will never pass away. So this United States Constitution has passed away. It's a Trump issue. Who is responsible for shooting deaths? For the shooting deaths here in the United States that you can see. El Paso, Ohio, so responsible for the shooting deaths. Number one, the President of the United States, Donald Trump. He's responsible, he's in way at times, and he's culpable, which is a little different. And others. President of the United States, Donald Trump, starts to become. Second Amendment, number two. The NRA, number three. Number four, political correction. Like I heard in was in El Paso, a mother of the shooter in El Paso said that they called the FBI many times, but they can do that because some provision by law they can do anything at the time. Political correction. Read the fact that made it that we didn't. It's 685. The answer is 685. What is listed from 1 to 5 is the line of order of responsibility for the shooting deaths. We're going on right now. The love of money, possessions, and other things, but the love of guns and for guns is the greatest idolatry or the top idolatry. The weapons we think we need are too much for physical, not spiritual. Is your heart in this world or in heaven world? Do you have a love for the God of heaven or the gods of this world? What is your first love? What is your love set upon? The United States of America is still its biggest way, first and self-Christian nation. Churches today believe they love and serve Jesus Christ. Jesus says in Revelation chapter 2, verse 2, know your deeds and your hard work and your perseverance. From verse 4 there, he says, yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken your first love. And in verse 5 he says, consider how far you have fallen. Repent and do the things you did first. So many conversations about the Christian life are political in nature. So many times the first thing that I put in the house is the political and not the political. When someone becomes born again as he or she becomes Christian, first things that comes out of their mouth is the Christian strength. And the salvation that Jesus provided for us in his resurrection. That's why we do that first. Apostle Paul in Philippians chapter 3, verse 79. Verse 79. We're going to say that all that I can't be helped, that I've gained in this world. Others done Christ. Philippians 3, 79 tells us, but whatever gains to me, and that practice no laws for the sake of knowing Christ. There is none I consider everything in laws because the suppressing life of knowing Christ Jesus my Lord. For whose sake I have lost all things. Consider them garbage that I may gain Christ, and be drowned in whenever righteousness in my own, constantly law, but that is through faith in Christ, righteousness will come from God on the basis of faith. They are not to talk about Jesus Christ first and next. They are in love with Him first and foremost. If someone to say that I am gun-loving, gun-toting, God-fearing, for someone to say that I am gun-loving, gun-toting, God-fearing Christians, totally out of that, and totally wrong, and totally misunderstood. You either fear man or you fear God. If you fear man, you are a stable man. If you fear the Lord, you are a servant of the Lord. If you are a stable man, you are a captive. If you are a servant of the Lord, you are Jesus Christ's free man. If you fear man and you carry a physical weapon, or if you fear God and you carry a spiritual weapon. In God's will above, we are told that our struggle is not against earth, but spiritual places. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, against the powers of this dark world, against the spiritual forces of evil in the realm. And again in 2 Corinthians 10, 4, we are taught that though we live in the world, we do not wage the war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds of people's arsenals. There are scriptures, verses from the Bible on the Christian's weapons of war. Isaiah 54, verse 17. The weapon that's formed against you will prosper. Every time that accuses you of judgment, you will condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their vindications from me. You hear that? From Dr. That means no weapon that is formed against you will prosper. And every time that accuses you of judgment, you will condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their vindications from the Lord. Zechariah 4, verse 6. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. 34th verse, verse 2. Joshua 23, verse 10. One of the men puts aside 1,000. For the Lord their God is he who fights for you, just as he promised you. In Deuteronomy 3:22. Do not fear them, for the Lord your God is the one who fights for you. 2 Chronicles 20, verse 15. This is what the Lord says to you. Do not be afraid or discouraged, because he is cast down. You can math and do life. Isaiah's commanded to go and get you by King Donald. I shouldn't be small about it. Do not be afraid or discouraged, because he's cast down. They're cast down. That's the issue. The battle is on using my gosh. And those who people who don't know anything about it, legally only, legally only because God is the Lord. People are full of fear, full of worry, they do not trust in money. Psalm 2. All the nations in Israel, and the people come in vain, they complain and cry out to each other for help against the enemy. But they do so in vain, for there is no one who can help among the sons of men. Don't go, oh, please help us, please deliver us. To a man, go to Jesus. He is a very place to help you out to need. Those kings are taking position, their leaders conspired together against the government and the people, leading this against the Lord and his anointed. But even so, the Lord Almighty said, be still and know that I am. I have exalted on nations, I will be exalted in the earth, the Almighty is with us, without Jacob is a fortress. Psalm 33, verse 6 21. Next, in Exodus 14, verse 13, Moses tells the people, do not be afraid, stand firm, and you will see the appearance of the Lord in Israel. We destroyed them with the enemy. And that's it. The Egyptians you see today, you will see, you'll never see again. The Lord will fight for you, you will be only against it. It's hard, but that kind of and let's go back to Isaiah 54, verse 18. It says, no weapon forged against you will prevail. You will defeat every tongue that accuse you. This is heritage and servants of the Lord. And this is their vindication for me. You will vindicate it. The Lord will vindicate his righteousness. Before the entire chapter. Isaiah. Then we'll go to Psalm 46, verse 1 through 3, 6, and verse 9 through 10. God is our refuge and strength, and ever present help in time of trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth gives way, and the black mountains fall into the heart of the sea. Though it towards war and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. He makes war cease to injure the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, be still and know I am God. I will be exalted among nations. Will be exalted north and you praise. I will make this worse. Take comfort, encourage all you who look to Jesus. Take comfort, encourage all you who look to Jesus. And trust in the Lord. Read the psalm, the entire psalm for yourself. In conclusion, in 2 Timothy 2, verse 3 through 7. 2 Timothy 2, chapter 2, verse 3 through 7. Apostle Paul tells us to join with him in suffering and good soldier of Jesus Christ. Join with me in suffering like a good soldier of Christ Jesus. No one serving as a soldier gets entangled in civilian life. He rather tries to please the one who enlists him. And that thing is not found unless it competes according to the rules. It is a hard-working farmer who ought to have the first red straps. Think over what I say, for the Lord will give you understanding life. Paul is for us to join with him in suffering like a good soldier of Jesus Christ. We are not saved to live in peace and safety in this world, but to fight the good fight of faith. We are not to be so bogged down with our own cares, so as to be entangled in them that we forget our King's first will going on that has to do with saving and leading the souls. The Lord is an enemy, so you can hold on. Because if you have a hunky-dory life, you're not going to hurt, you're not going to lose it, you're not going to see anything. Many of us do not even realize that when we're called by the Lord to salvation, we're also at the same time in this department. So it's for us. We need to pick up that first day and follow him. And just like him to suffer for the sake of the Lord, for the sake of God, to suffer for the sake of the Lord. We need to fight for these people, these Muslims, these undocumented. And undocumented is not illegal aliens. Not illegal aliens, undocumented now. We need to pray for them. All prayer warriors. That the Lord mercy, 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 documenting freedom, yes, which is not a good thing. Users, there's a It's so beautiful. The idea of beautiful but also is the truth that we can take. Us, this place to help. Do it help us in our family. Us. We help on you. These people. I just want to say this. Well, you gotta, I'm not sure you follow me all the way down here, so you know, you can do that. But anyway, you did. Remember I said first, it's just a fucking with you, not on 360. Okay, it's just like a fluffy thing. It's